Hey everyone, this is Pete. Welcome back to Sunday Driving. This is actually the third attempt I've had at recording something today because the first two decided they didn't want to play nice with Windows 10, which I've recently upgraded to. And that is also the reason that we were missing an episode of this last week as well. I was upgrading from an SSD, to an SSD from my old failing hard drive. And as part of that process, because it's apparently impossible to get a disk image of Windows 7 from Microsoft anymore because of their stupid site doesn't work properly, I've had to upgrade to Windows 10 against my better judgment. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't want to work properly now. But anyway, that also means that I have lost my previous Blur save game. So I thought now would be a good opportunity to try something different. And with it being Sonic Month on Moe Gamer at the time of recording, well, what better time to play one of my favourite Sega racing games, which is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. This is a PC version we're playing here. This is also available on Xbox 360, PS3, Nintendo Wii U, and I think Vita as well. They're all fairly comparable. The PC version probably has the best performance because it can run at full 60 frames a second and such like. But they're all worth playing. Okay, so if you never come across this before, this is developed by Sumo Digital, who previously worked on things like the Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast, for one thing. And also a lot of people who previously worked on games like Blur are also involved in this as well. So you'll see quite a few common elements. So the main single player mode in this is called World Tour, and it takes you through a series of different tours. And within each tour there is a sequence of events you need to do, and there's lots of different types of events to do as well. So simple races, and then I'm sure we'll come on to some other ones in a moment as well. So I've played the first race in this already, but not gone any further than that. So let's simply pick up from the second race, which is based on Sega's Penz A Dragoon. Now the way the star ratings work in this are you set a difficulty before you start. If you complete it on that difficulty, you get that many stars, and stars are used to unlock further events in the World Tour mode. But you'll notice that the target position is different depending on which difficulty you do. So if you play on hard mode, you have to finish in first place, whereas if you play on medium or easy, you can get away with just a podium finish. So we'll stick with medium for this because I haven't played this for a little while, and also I can't remember what the controls are on PC, so we'll figure something out. Bunch of different characters. They've all got their own strengths and weaknesses. You can level them all up independently of one another. I'm going to go with Amy because Amy's cool, and also I've used her a bit. And you have several different mods, I think they call them, that allow you to basically tweak their performance slightly. And as you progress through the game and level up that character, you get access to more different ways of customizing them. So I'm just going to stick with her standard mod for the minute. There's also things called console mods that you can get that apply to several characters, and they tend to have a much more significant effect. Okay, this is the Penz A Dragoon track. Let's see if I can remember what the controls are. This game is great just because it's pure Sega fan service, out and out, all the way through. Not just Sonic, but Sega in general. It's got wonderful music by Richard Jake, I think is how you pronounce it. And then the tracks that are just a wonderful homage to Sega games of the past. Gotta remember what all the weapons do as well. Okay, so I've got a glove here that allows you to catch power-ups that people are throwing at you. From behind, anyway. Drone is a bit like a red shell in Mario Kart, so you fire it at someone, it locks onto them, and it blows them up, which is pretty sweet. power sliding in this works kind of like the later Mario Karts as well, so the longer you drift for, the more you build up a boost. So if you do a really long drift, then you can get a lot of speed out of that at the end of it. There's a level 2 drift. Oh dear, which I completely wasted. Doing terribly. Right, and these blue things here, these are the transform sections. You'll find with each lap the track will actually change quite significantly in most cases. So in this case, for example, we're going into the river. And so there's 3 different modes your vehicle can be in. You've got the standard cart, you've got the hovercraft as we see here, and you've also got a aircraft as well. So in that sense, it's a bit like a Rare's Diddy Kong Racing back on the N64. Only rather than the entire race being based on one particular vehicle, you change as you go through. Every time you pass through one of these gates, you transform into a different vehicle. And as I say, the tracks are often pretty dynamic and change from lap to lap. Alright, into third. Just got to maintain this now. Here we go. Here's a flying bit. And you have the ability to do stunts by flicking the right stick as well. And those can actually help you negotiate things as well. So you can sort of do it. Oh dear, that was bad. Terrible timing. Yeah, you can do a roll to the side, and that will actually shift you laterally as well. Alright, just got to maintain this lead now. And if you do stunts while you're transforming, you will often get a boost as well, as long as you don't run into a load of bees like I just did. Second, I'll take it.
Way to go. Second place. Event complete.
And then when you finish a race, you'll see you get experience based on completing the race, your driving skills, which are things you did throughout the course of the race, weapon skills, which are things like long shots and such like. And then those tokens you collect can be used between races to start the next race with power-ups and that sort of thing. And stickers are basically achievements. And in some cases they can unlock game features as well.
Select an event.
Alright, so that's done. We've now got this gate. We need 2 stars to unlock this gate, but we've got 4, which is great. So we can just unlock that and proceed. Right, this next one is a drift challenge. So this is one that's not a straight race. This is a more arcadey style thing, a bit like the heart attack mode in Outrun 2.
Character select. Amy. Standard.
In order to pass this one, we will need to drift. Drift inside zones to earn time. And this track's based on Jet Set Radio.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so we need to watch out for the special zones and actually do a drift inside them like that. And that will give us extra time. Basically, we just need to last as long as possible. Drifting inside those zones. See how far we can get. And you see up on the top left there's a list of gates we need to pass, so gotta try and keep the speed up as as well as doing the drift. So hitting those boost pads is important. You also don't get your bonus time until you pass through the checkpoint either, so... Right, 2 more gates to go. Not convinced I'm going to make it this time, but let's find out. No, definitely not. Not good enough. These challenges, the last time I played this, I recall them being one of the most difficult parts of it. But you do get experience even if you fail a particular attempt at it, so you can still unlock stuff and level up. Right, let's try that again. So we're going to pass 8 drift zones, getting as much time as possible along the way. So let's stay in the zone as much as we can. That was a good one. Well, that was also pretty good. Nice, doing much better this time. Yeah, we got it now. A bit of a short one. Not a lot of time out of that one, but better than nothing. Nice. 3 more. This is where it all started to go wrong last time. We got a lot more time than we had last time. Just gotta make sure we actually reach and get through this one. So round to the right. Nice. 1 more. Oh, that's the finish. Cool. Alright, done. Another 2 stars for the collection. Not quite enough to level up yet. Alright, next up we got another race on the Afterburner track. This is a super cool track. Let's take a look. You can probably guess what this is going to involve.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, here we go. And it will not surprise you to learn that, yes, we are in the middle of a war zone. Again, this one's important to try and do transform stunts if you can. Get those boosts around those tight corners, because it's actually a pretty simple course in terms of layout. But actually getting a good time on it is the difficult bit. Especially when you're dealing with the hovercraft, which is quite difficult to control. While these open sections look like they're quite easy, it's also a very easy opportunity for people to come and overtake you. There's a transform boost. There's also a little shortcut there, but you have to be absolutely perfect with your drifting to hit it, and I've never managed to do that properly, so I tend to skip it. Alright, we've got a decent lead for the minute. Let's try and keep that up. Ah, bees! The nice thing about the PC version of this in particular is that they added a bunch of updates to this. So there's some characters that aren't in some of the console versions. Like, so there's Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue. And there's also, I think, the spy from Team Fortress 2. This was from that era that stuff from Team Fortress 2 is appearing in absolutely everything. Alright, one more lap. This is actually the first time I played this game on headphones. I hadn't realised how good the crowd sounds were in this, but they're really excellent. So like, if you're doing well, they start chanting your character's name, they're cheering when you're doing good stuff. Oh dear. Not to worry, I think we're probably alright. Up. Hopefully, this one is in the bag. Yeah, there we go.
Event complete. Level up. Mod unlocked.
Alright, so we've now got a new mod that allows us to emphasize acceleration, which is good for tracks that have got lots of tight corners and that sort of thing. So, as you see, there's an absolute ton of replay value in this, even in just the single player mode. And that's not even getting into the multiplayer side of things as well. Right, so here's where the single player mode gets quite interesting, because it's got branching pathways that allow you to sort of pick where you go next and what you do next. So now we can go up here and we can do a versus race, or we can go down here and we can do a more traditional normal race. Let's give the versus race a try, just so we have a chance to see how they work. Alright, so you see her acceleration mod puts her acceleration up to maximum, drops her handling down a little bit, but also keeps her speed high. And so her boost isn't quite as good either, so let's give that one a go.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Round 1.
Alright, so in versus events you have a series of rivals that you need to beat. So you need to be ahead of them when that timer at the top expires. It's like a sort of elimination event. And so down at the bottom left, instead of the normal map, you'll see we've got a little gauge showing us our relative positions. Alright, so we're pretty safe for the minute, as long as nothing disastrously wrong happens. Alright, first one down. Oh, the hovercraft is really difficult to handle. Good for now, let's just hang in there. The Twister's a nicely annoying power-up. as it allows you to reverse their control, so it's particularly good in multiplayer. Okay, it looks like you can actually beat them by getting far enough ahead of them as well, so you don't necessarily have to last out the entire timer. Sweet. That was easy.
Event complete. Stickers unlocked.
Alright, let's do one more for this episode, and then we will call it a day there.
Select an event.
Right, so we've unlocked some more stuff, so we can now unlock Amigo.
Amigo unlocked.
So we've got a new character we can use now. What have we got there? So that's a Sonic race. And there's something else to unlock down here. So let's have a go at this one. This is a Super Monkey Ball themed race.
Character select.
Stick with Amy again, because she's got the best levels.
Acceleration. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright. So you see this one is just a flat out Monkey Ball level. With a bit of water in there, just so you have the excuse to use the hovercrafter a bit. But yes, you can fall off. Multiple routes again in true Sonic tradition. A hot rod is a cool power up. It's so it does this. So you get a massive speed boost for a little while, and you have to press the button again before the gauge reaches the red area, otherwise you explode. But when you do press the button when the gauge is in the right area, you do a big sort of flaming blast out around by you. So it's a bit like the shunt. Do I mean the shunt? Whatever the thing in Blur was that basically sent out a shockwave around you. Or a speaker in Mario Kart is probably a better comparison, isn't it? Right, fourth is not good enough. I will not accept this.
Transform boost.
Let's get a bit of boost going on.
Ice.
Come on, Tails, mess up.
Super.
Yes! You see, like in Mario Kart, you can actually shoot out your power-ups. Whoa! Didn't see that coming. Yeah, like in Mario Kart, you can send out your power-ups in front of and behind you. And this is All-Star mode. So this is this game's equivalent of Starman in Mario Kart games. That makes you temporarily invincible. Gives you unlimited weapon for a short period, and it's unique to each character. And it also plays their theme song, which is great. It's Amy's original theme song from Sonic Adventures. Well, I like it a lot, let's just say. It's a sexy song, come on. Alright, into third, so we got the bare minimum.
Transform boost.
Let's see if we can eke out a win. I'm suspecting not, but we'll give it a go. Ouch! They weren't there before. There goes Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, he don't chuckle. Alright, cut him off before that. Disappointing. Second, I'll take it. Can we beat Sonic?
Transform boost. Swarm. First place.
Oh, first place. Maybe we can beat Sonic.
Drone. Owning the race.
No! Oh, damn it. So close.
Finish.
If I hadn't hit that wall.
Second place.
That'll do. It counts.
Event complete. Location unlocked.
Right, so another level unlocked for other modes.
Select an event.
And if we look down here, we've got a casino. So this is where we can use our tokens. So you can go in here and you can
Spin.
pop in 5 tokens to spin the reels.
Spin again. Spin. Spin to win.
I say that then means in the next event you can start with a particular power up based on what you rolled. Okay. It is tempting to do one more. Go on, let's do one more then. One more. Is there a boost challenge? Boost to stop the clock. Pass every checkpoint to win.
B-class.
So this is a
Characters
out and out speed challenge basically. So we need a mod that's got some good boost. So let's go for standard because that's got good boost and top speed. This will be the last one, I promise. So obligatory casino level.
Get ready.
This is a Sonic game after all.
2, 1, go.
Here we go. So you have to hit the boost pads in this one and that will temporarily stop the clock. So you need to keep a careful eye out for those and make sure you hit them.
Checkpoint.
And those checkpoints will give you some extra time as well. Make sure you don't hit things. This is what I really liked about this game. It's just that it, in terms of single player, it absolutely kicks the ass of stuff like Mario Kart just because of the sheer variety of stuff that there is to do in single player. It's got a real feel of an old Sega arcade game. So like I say, because of Sumo Digital's involvement, it's definitely taking a lot of cues from stuff like Outrun 2. And these missions here feel very much like the old Heart Attack mode in that game. They're having to fulfill specific objectives against the clock. Oh, that was poor.
Checkpoint.
Right, one more checkpoint to go. Oops, that wasn't good. Come on. Come on, Amy, you can do it.
Checkpoint. Finish.
Nice. Alright, that really will be it for today.
Complete.
I'll come back to this game because I do enjoy it a lot. It is one of my favourite arcade races, kart races, whatever you want to call it. For reasons that are hopefully apparent from this video here. Well worth your time. If you haven't played it already. There is that new Sonic racing game coming out later this year at the time of recording as well, so that's probably going to be worth a look as well if it's half as good as this. But this one often goes on sale on Steam. You can probably pick up the console version, it's pretty cheap now as well, so highly, highly recommended. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moe Gamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buying me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.